Your Country 1039 KGRT, Shane Prophet, and how it ought to be. And Shane, I agree with you completely on that one.
Time now for the question of the day.
That's right. It is question of the day time. And our question of the day basically comes from the fact that on this date in 1940, Walt Disney's animated movie Pinocchio was released. And of course, you know, the story of Pinocchio where, you know, it's a little boy, little wooden boy, wants to be a real boy, but has to learn his lessons about, telling fibs or lies. And every time he does lie, his nose grows a little bit right there. Yeah. Well, you know, there are lots of things that we were told as kids that don't necessarily, stack up when they come to the truth. We'll just put it that way. There's lots of things that we were told that just, aren't true, especially when it comes to today because so much time has passed. So, in honor of Pinocchio Day today, our question of the day is something that I may have to think about a little bit, but for me, I had the answer right away. What is something that you were told as a kid that is not true today? That is our question of the day. Maybe you were told that if you make faces, your face will freeze that way, right? Maybe these little white lies that the parents tell their kids. I was told by a teacher once that, you know what? You must learn your math because you cannot carry a calculator with you everywhere you go. I don't. But my phone does have a calculator in it these days. So, that would be another one for me. But what is it for you? What is something that you were told as a kid that is not true today? Think about it a little bit and let me know your answers for our question of the day. Of course, you can call those in on our Zia Comics hotline. Text them in on our Zia Comics text line. And, of course, you can also leave your comments on our social media pages because we are live on our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter pages as well. So go ahead and leave me your answers for a question. They already got a couple. I got one on text right here. It says, popping your fingers gives you arthritis. That's right. Cracking your fingers, a little action right there. I found that that's not quite true, but I don't know if I haven't reached quite that age yet. Let's see. Annette says, quit crying or the boogeyman will come and get you. Or La Llorona. Yeah, we heard that one a whole lot. So, there's a couple right there that are in. So what is your answer to our question of the day, which is simply, in honor of Pinocchio Day today, what is something you were told as a kid that is just not true today? That is our question of the day. Okay, it looks like we are exclusively up on our social media pages right now. So what is it? What is it that you were told as a kid that is not true at all, or not true in today's world as opposed to what it is? Because I think a lot of us get the boogeyman stories like Annette had and La Llorona for sure, right? Very popular to go ahead and tell our kids that if you don't behave, La Llorona will come for you. But let's see. It will follow you on your permanent record. Oh, does the permanent record even exist? That's a good one. That's a good one. Somebody sent me that text right there. So, what is your answer for our question of the day in honor of Pinocchio Day, which was released back on this day in 1940? What is something that you were told as a kid that is basically not true today? Go ahead and give me your answers. And while we're waiting for some more of those answers right there, we'll go ahead and take a look and see what's going on in and around the world for today. Saw that MSN says that over 1,200 flights have been canceled for the past several days because of the winter storm that is moving across the northern part of the U.S. Yeah, winds ripped up New Mexico pretty bad, especially up north, Albuquerque and Santa Fe, and even back home in Gallup. They got some pretty winds, like almost 80-mile-an-hour winds almost, but it's tearing up some things, poles knocked down and stuff, but the rest of the country also getting blizzard. In fact, Southern California received their first ever blizzard warning yesterday, which is interesting. Also saw that a new survey by intelligent.com reveals that 58% of college students now use TikTok for their homework help. Oh, that's a little bit on the scary side. Also saw that Snickers is bringing back its Rockin' Nut Road candy bar. The bar is packed with almonds, marshmallow-flavored nougat, and caramel I am not entirely opposed to that. I do. My favorite Snickers bar is the almond Snickers for sure. And apparently, Paris Hilton has named her newborn son Phoenix Baron Hilton Room. Phoenix stands for hope, rebirth, and transformation, while Baron is the name of Paris's late grandfather. So good for Paris. That's not a bad name at all. Of course, that is what's going on in and around the world today. And we are still looking for more answers for our question of the day. What is something that you were told as a kid that is not true today? And, oh, trust me, I know, Ned. I think we all know on that one. Ned is still very concerned about La Llorona. So there you go. But what is it that you think? What is it that you were something that you were told as a kid that is basically not true, particularly in today's world? That is our question of the day, all in honor of Pinocchio Day today, because on this day in 1940, Walt Disney's animated movie Pinocchio was released, and it blows my mind that was done in 1940, because it was probably one of those movies that scared me as a kid, because that whole carnival donkey thing and then the whale, yeah, it's a little bit on the scary side, and it definitely told you or taught you, don't tell lies, don't fib, especially to your parents. Yep. Amy put in there, your face will freeze that way if you start making faces. That's a good one. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we were told as a kid that is just not true today. And I should pull it out right here. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. There's my phone right there. I wanted to prove to my teachers that indeed I do carry a calculator with me everywhere I go. There you go. Our question of the day, what is something you were told as a kid that is not true today? So once again, leave your answers. You can leave your comments as we go throughout the day on their YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook pages. And of course, you can always call or text them in as well. Our question of the day, what is something you were told as a kid that is just not true today?